Yo, what's going on? Hey, yo, today I want to talk about my machine, right? So, I've had this for a little while. I got a Ryzen 7 with 32 gig and I think like a 4 gig memory card that I bought for less than $100 at one point. Um, so I've been lately trying to figure out how I could play some games on my Linux machine, right? So, go in here to System Info, and you can see I got a Linux Mint 21.3 Cinnamon version 6.04. I got the latest kernel. There's my processor, 8 cores. I got 32 gig of 3200 megahertz Vengeance RAM, so it's pretty good. And I got currently that's my that's the hard drive that the Linux is on. So yeah, so that's my video card, and it's just I got Steam to work out, but the video card's really not working as perfectly as I'd like it to. It's a little glitchy. I can still play the game, but I guess we'll say when I'm getting a little graphics greedy. So I was figuring, hey, let's try this out. So that's my machine. I'm going to take it apart, and I got this Challenger AMD Radeon RX7600 with 8 gig of memory. It's a PCI Express 4, so should be some good results. We'll see, right? And so I was a little bit worried about power consumption because the power supply I got in there right now is just 500 watt. So I bought this Pure Power 12M. Exceptional quiet, superior features, Be Quiet, I think is the brand. It's got this rating of 80 plus. I guess that's how long or what quality power you get. Whatever. It's a nice power supply. We're going to pop that in there and we'll have plenty of power. There it is. What a mess. This is what it looks like. Got the Tomahawk B550 MSI motherboard sporting the Ryzen 7. I'm going to tell you, when I put this in, oof, I could barely get the side cover on. It's like right on the edge, right? They put these little nubs here for a reason, right? Yeah, that's the biggest CPU cooler I've ever seen in my life. Well, that's what they said was good for the Ryzen 7, so I bought one. Pretty cool by Noctua, if I'm saying that right. There's the card we're going to replace. Looks like a Sapphire. I don't know if I can see a model number. Maybe be able to see it better after I take it out. I think it's probably on the back. Yeah. And there's the power supply. It's a good power supply, 500 watts. That's no slouch for back in the day, but time to upgrade, I think. This is an old thing I just kept along the way. Extra fan. Got a fan there. All right. So let's get into it. There it is, removed. Like an octopus. You can see it's not modular like the new one. Modular meaning each cable plugs into the power supply separately. And you decide where to plug them in and where they're going to. So this is all one cable harness or multiple cable harnesses that are fixed to the power supply. But you can see it's still in good condition. Still a good power supply. I mean, if we're being honest, this is still good for a lot of computers that aren't trying to do what I'm trying to do. So let's put this in the computer room. Oh my God, what is going on here? Hoard much? Yeah, so I got a lot of stuff in here. I don't know. It's not taking up a lot of space. I figure why throw it away quickly, right? So I got some power supplies here. Hell, if nothing else, you could use them to power a car radio or a car accessory in your house, right? So on a different day, I'm going to have to organize all this, but that's where it sits for now. So there's the gaping hole. Hopefully that fits. I didn't really check the dimensions, but I think it will. It's just it looks different. Anyway, I think the fan is actually going to be pointing out this way, and then sucking air off of the motherboard, which won't be a bad thing. There's the Corsair 216 gig boards of 3200 megahertz. I could have went higher. There's still 2 more slots there, but I figured 32 was good for now. Yeah. So let's get this video card out. So there it is. Listen, ESD, electrostatic discharge, right? Will damage all these tiny components. Static will damage tiny stuff. So I just hold it from the tips. Really, in an electronic environment, which I used to work in, you would use like an ESD desk with a mat and ground your arm through 1 mega ohm to ground. But you can see on this card, I'm just going to put it down here. You can see I was sadly mistaken. That's 1 gig. I had 1 gig of video memory. No wonder I was having problems, right? And not bad generation. It was a PCI Express. It was good for its time. R7240. I also had some GDDR5 memory, HDMI or DVI or VGA with boost, they say. That was probably a software option. But there's your HDMI, there's your old school, and there's your there's your VGA, and then down here's your DVI. If you got a memory, if you got a card, or I'm sorry, monitor or display with a cable that fits that's what that is. That's DVI. So VGA came first, then DVI was better, and then HDMI even better. So we're going straight for the HDMI this time around, but just to let you see that. So that's the old. Now, normally I would blow it all out, but it's not really looking that bad. I'm gonna leave it alone. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? It's looking pretty clean actually. So let's get this other stuff opened up, see what we're working with. So like I said, we got the Challenger AMD Radeon RX7600. I was looking for the 6600 because I installed one in my daughter's computer, and it's pretty nice. But it seems like they're not readily available, at least not at the price I expected to pay for it. So by the time we got to the price that I would have had to pay to get one of those, this was only $10 more. So let's see what we got here. All right. ASRock graphics card. Nice. Okay. And like I was saying, ESD, right? Electrostatic discharge. These things used to come with CDs or software or whatever. Not anymore, right? Because everything's online. God forbid if we lose online, but if that happens, I think we got bigger problems. So here we go. Open this up. They got their nice little warning here. It says, hey homeowners, don't fuck shit up. Observe precautions for handling electrostatic devices, right? It's not a joke. ESD is not a myth. I worked with a guy who used to think it was a myth to sell all these ESD materials, but simply not true. It's real, okay? So here we go. Pull this out of here. Try not to touch anywhere. I mean, mainly I can touch everywhere except for this connector, right? And that's protected with a little ESD material cover. So I'm gonna say I want to take all this plastic stuff off. This is to keep the finish nice. This thing's gonna go in my computer, and I'm never gonna open the cover again. So I mean, but some people have like fancy covers that you can see through, and they want like a fancy looking card. I'm not so worried about how fancy the card looks, but that's the idea behind this plastic, is to protect your nice, beautiful cosmetic components, right? It's to protect how nice they look until you go to use them. But I'm going to say, if you're going to put it in, take this off, because this thing's going to get hot, and this is just defeating purpose anyway, especially if you want to be able to see it outside the case looking nice and pretty, right? Take all this stuff off. Make sure you get it all. You don't want any of this stuff falling down in your case while you're running. That would be bad. Here's the other side. Looks like there's some here too. I don't know, it's hard to see, but I think there's some here. Okay, yeah. They got this stuff everywhere, protecting the cosmetic look. It is fancy. Look, you got the cooler. Nice. All right. So down here you got your different ports, right? You got your digital port, you have your another one, you got 3 of those. So you could plug in like 4 different cards. You could go HDMI to this one. Well, where's my HDMI? Oh, okay, here's my HDMI. And then you could go digital to the other 3. You could have 4 monitors plugged into this. Woohoo! Well, I'm only really interested in one at the time. And if and when by the time I go for more monitors, they'll probably come out with a new card, right? Go figure. So at any rate, here we go. I'm going to take this off. This is the part you don't want to mess with, right? You don't want to create any kind of static charge on that, because then it's going to go into the board and wreak havoc on those teeny tiny components. All right, hopefully this is going to fit in my ancient PC case here, but yeah, I didn't really see a reason to buy a new case, and unless I can't keep using the old one, right? But I mean, some people want fancy, better cooling technology, whatever. So yeah. All right. So on the back, I had to take out an extra piece, pretty much like bend it out back and forth until it broke off. And then that gives you the extra slot you need, because this takes up 2 slots just because it's so wide. And then I don't know if you can see down in here, this little tab, you have to push that down first and then put the card in. And as you're putting it in, it clicks back into place, just like your memory stick things. You put those down and you push your memory in, and they click up by themselves. So important, obviously, to make sure that it clicks into place properly. And then this is where it'll get some extra power from the power supply, because this thing's a beast, right? But moving on, we need to put the power supply in. So here we have it, the Be Quiet Pure Power 12M 1000 watt power supply. It's pretty nice. And I haven't even opened the box yet, and it looks nice. So let's open this up. Take this out. You got a little manual. Looks like it comes in 850, 1000, and 1200. We just went for the 1000. So here's a, wow, it's a plethora of cables. That means a lot. So there's a lot of cables here. They're labeled. Don't think I'm going to use them all, but we're going to find out. Here's the power cable. I already have a power cable hanging back behind my computer desk, so I'll probably just save this. Zip ties. Yeah, at some point probably do some cable management, but I got my own zip ties. And here's the screws to fasten it to the back. Just throw those up there for now. And then you got a desiccant. Don't eat it! It says do not eat. Probably shouldn't eat it. Ooh, look at this. No cellophane on this one, but it's nice and shiny. Pretty. Like I say, it's going to be inside. We're not going to see it again. But yeah, this is what it means by modular. Each one of those cables plugs in wherever you want to plug it in. You can see they're labeled. So it's kind of dummy proof. Yeah, MB motherboard drives, power supply. What is this? P8. PCI Express, PCI Express 5.1, PCI Express. I might take a gander at the manual, but I think I can figure this out. You can see it fits in there perfectly. And you know, for the most part, power supplies, they're labeled, right? What type of case. So I made sure I got one that said ATX. So it should fit. So there it is. It's in place. Now I just got to hook up all the different connectors to all the different places. I'm going to need one back there. I'm going to need one there. I'm going to need one there. And then I'm going to need one to my fan. Yeah, right there. And then to all of my drives. So shouldn't be too bad. It's not rocket science. We'll figure it out. All right. So I got it all together. These are my leftovers. Looks like this is for probably a even newer video card. It says 600 watt dedicated cable. And then there's an extra PCI Express. I guess you could be running 2 cards. We're only running one. And here's a different type of CPU cable that I didn't use. My CPU cable pretty much goes right down to there, if you can see that. So that comes off of the one down there that says P8. And then PCI Express is right there. That one went over to here. And then the motherboard cable might be kind of tricky if you've never done this, but there was only so many pins to deal with on each one, so This one fit here, this one fit here. They both say MB. And then over here was your only place left to put it. So you had one part and another part. They make it like that because there's different types of motherboards, I'm sure. At any rate, then I kind of separated out my drives. They got 3 spots for drives. I got one of them goes to my 2 SSDs, and I got the other one and a fan, my old fan. And then the other one, I got it going to my HDD and my optical drive. So yeah, trying to separate the load, put them where they belong, right? You don't want them all on the same line. And then in the process, I took off some of these adapters. So I may or may not ever use those again, but they'll go in the pile in the other room with all the other stuff. So I did use a couple cable ties. And hey, yo, don't get criticizing too much, all right? Oh, it's not beautiful. Okay, so if it works, I'm happy, right? And it stays cool. The cables are out of the way enough so that we should get some good airflow. That's all I really care about. I know some of you guys are looking for beauty. Hey, have at it. Have fun with that. I'm not worried about that. I did forget to plug in the optical drive SATA cable, so we'll get that done. We'll button it up, turn it on, see what it looks like. Nice. Yo, what's up? So I'm back. Couple things I wanted to show you before I power this baby up. Got all my cables back where I want them. Made sure that I put the things on the super speed and super speed 10 that can utilize it the best. Keyboard, mouse, stuff like that I put somewhere else that's slower, right? Because it doesn't need all that. But here's something I did. I don't know if you can see this, where my HDMI cable plugs in. I didn't want this to be hanging. All this money I spent on this card, I don't want to lose that money, right? So I put a little cable tie right here to support, so it's not going to be hanging on that port, right? Yeah, because we don't want to be destroying our brand new card. Paid like $279 for that on Amazon. All right, so we're just about ready to power it up. Got the case all on. Got my cables all connected, including my little super speed hub here. Just about ready to start it up. Oh, so and the other thing I wanted to talk about, right? I said I was going to use the same cable, but I actually decided to use the cable that comes with it, because the cable that comes with it is a, get this right, it's a 16 gauge, right? And the one I had was an 18, so a little bit thicker wire. Maybe make sure. All right, yo, here we go. Moment of truth. Everybody's back where they should be, including these boys up here. All right. So we're gonna push the magic button, fire it up. Linux is going to boot up with the new video card for the first time. And we're going to see how she likes it. So far, so good. We have a screen. Oh. And put down my phone so I could do the keyboard right. Got my password entered. We are in. Alright, so let's go check it out. We're going to go check out our system info. Ooh, look at that. So because I got the newest, because I got an updated enough kernel, it recognized the video card. So I may not have to do anything, right? I may be able to just go into my game and everything will be right as rain. But we'll find out. All right. So Steam. Steam always takes a hot minute for some reason. It might be because I just booted up too. Come on. Let me in. That's interesting. Let's go big picture. What does that do for us? Oh, we're in. So I'm going to go back in to the game I was playing and see what happens. Resume. Oh, your computer's graphic card or driver is not supported by the game. You may be able to play the game, but are likely to see graphical glitches and experience performance or stability issues. For details of which graphics cards and drivers are supported by the game, click View FAQs. Well, I'm going to have to go research that because it's the same thing it said for the cheaper video card. So, disappointing? Yes, but we'll figure it out. Yo, so stay tuned for more fun and games. Hopefully I'll get my Linux video gaming figured out, and then everything will work right as rain. I'll definitely let you know what finally did the trick, but I think it boils down to getting just the right game that may work the best on Linux, and having all your drivers set up. I did find out that Alien Isolation seems to maybe like NVIDIA cards better. I mean, I don't see why a Radeon card couldn't do it as well, but we'll find out. Maybe I can still make it work with my Radeon since I spent so much money on it. Well, until next time, hey, have a good one, and make sure you give me some likes, thumbs up, and subscribe if you want to see some more fun stuff. Today we're trying Samuel Adams American Light Lager. It's like rings in at about, I think, 4.3%. It's pretty good. Nice light beer for a summer day. Yeah. Hey, hit them likes. See you next time.